Hey everybody, this is Autobot Gamer coming back at you with another video review. Now, I know I've been gone for a week, but I did upload a video before that said I would make up all the videos. So, I've decided to review this set. Bruticus, the Combaticons, is a combiner that must be respected. Much like Devastator, Bruticus is literally a combiner that just boasts on just uncomparable power in the Transformers franchise. In almost every instance he shows up, it's just an immediate, oh, oh crap, we're screwed kind of moment. They always find a way to defeat him, yes, because he's a Decepticon against the Autobots, but I mean, still. Now, I wish I had the G1. I don't. I didn't even get a chance to complete the Combiner Wars one, but we have this one. Now, I am going to be uploading each as an individual review. I'm going to go Brawl, Swindle, Vortex, Blastoff, Onslaught with Bruticus as their own individual review. But I do feel like I'm going to, just kind of go through each figure individually, and then I'll review the combined mode. And I'm going to upload them all today, just to make up for it. And then I will also do a live stream maybe tomorrow with a new Transformer review. So that's what we're doing. So anyway, the Combaticons are in their vehicle mode right now. Just feel like I'm just gonna real quick just kind of do this. I'm gonna adjust my light here just a little bit. So there they are, all compared in their vehicle modes and stuff like that. I mean, so we're just gonna kind of move all of these guys off to the side and focus on our one for this video. We're going to start with Brawl. Brawl is interesting because, well, I mean, he's a tank and he's a brute. Real, go get him. I don't care. I'm going to shoot first, ask questions later. I don't care how important it is. I'm going to beat you up kind of guy. Big buff dude. And in Fall of Cybertron Brawl, it's kind of interesting because, he's a hover tank. And the other interesting thing we'll talk about in robot mode. But you can see, he's just a really nice looking hover tank. He's got a hole through the barrel there, because there's supposed to be like a glowy energy thing in here that's not there. He does have his gun that just kind of pegs in right up there. And he just has a little pistol. See, this is just a little double barrel tank, and then there's just a little spot there. Just take the gun, just kind of plug it in up there, and now he has 3 barrels. And yeah, so yeah, he's just a little hover tank. He just kind of sits there, and I know that he's supposed to kind of have more of this angle because the turret is supposed to sit back like this, and in the game, it's kind of more like this. But since they can't get it to sit like this, it sits back like this, so you have to kind of angle this a little bit more forward on that joint that's for combination. The turret does move up and down on this joint. It's just on this little double joint there, but it does allow you to kind of lift the barrel up the turret, and the turret does swivel. So if you want, you can bring it up and kind of make that. It helps when you're making like that mortar thing that you see in the game. which you can kind of do if you just kind of take these sections and just kind of flip them kind of down and out. I like to rotate or just kind of like pop these up just a little bit just to kind of misalign a little bit stuff. You just kind of untab these from the back. I flip these sections out and then flip the little feet sections down. Just kind of create more of like a spike pylon kind of thing. Just kind of fold it all out. Kind of set all this up, and then just you have a couple of options with section. You can kind of do it like this, or you can kind of leave it flip down. And it depends on which way you want it to sit. So you can kind of do that mortar thing that you see them do in the game. But yeah, just kind of fold everything back up again real quick. We'll just put him back in the tank mode. That was something that he did in the game. Just feel like I should show that off. I've actually had Brawl and Vortex for a long time, so unfortunately I don't know how, but there's supposed to be a tab right here like there is on this side, and it got broken off in there. That I don't know how that happened, but there should be 2 tabs back there. Just feel like I should point that out before you guys are like, hey, where's the other tab? I noticed you don't have a tab. Where's the tab? So, yeah, I do feel like I should just point that out. We'll go ahead and put him in the robot mode, and then we'll bring him back into vehicle mode to put him in combination mode. So that's how we're going to do that. First, you want to just unpeg this, and then just kind of untab these 2 sections here. And you see there's just a little tab right there that goes into that slot right in there. And you just kind of, I just kind of fold them down, and then just kind of rotate them a little bit to get them out of the way like this. Kind of just keep this section folded up, and just fold this whole section out, align it, bring this section out, align it, and then you just take this section, bring it back. I'm going to go ahead and untab the gun at this point, set it there. And then you want to bring these sections back up like that. And then you want to untab them, bring them down like that. Flip out the fist, flip out the fist, bring this section up, pull out his head, flip out the feet that don't really do much when it comes in terms of standing, and then just try and get him to stand, because one of the biggest issues about this figure is that he's super top heavy. He's just really back heavy too, and he has next to no heels. I mean, that's all the foot that you get, and this, like these sections here, I'm not really even applying pressure. They just move so easily. I mean, like, and the sad thing is, it's a really good looking figure too. I really like the way this guy looks, but he just cannot stand up. It's almost like it's impossible for him to just simply stand up. Like, if you're okay with that, you can kind of get him to lean back on his turret, but then that kind of eliminates the turret thing for Brawl, and that's one of his biggest defining aspects for making a Brawl character. Now, if you do want to, you can kind of bring these over like that, but it doesn't really help him in the terms of standing, so you kind of, I've got him to stand before. It's really hard to, though. You kind of have to have his knees bent backwards a little bit. We'll go ahead and put the gun in his hand. Yeah, you see, so he does he does look good. Let's move the camera a little bit closer. And real quick, we'll get a nice close-up on that head sculpt. It is very nice. Let's get a little bit more light in there for that. So you can see he has a yellow visor, silver on that head crest, silver on the mouth plate. Just nicely done. He does have like a nice texture in here. And you can see, oh, I forgot, you're supposed to pop that section up because the instructions tell you to. And you can just see, I mean, like, he is a really good looking figure. We'll go through articulation here in just a minute. But he just has a little bit of trouble standing. So, I mean, and he's very nicely articulated, but most of that is eliminated by the fact that he simply cannot stand. Like, his head is on a ball joint, but that slider that it's attached to is so loose that it just like pops down all the time. His shoulders are on ball joints, but there's so much bulk in the way that you really can't do much with them. I mean, you just have this huge panel just stuck to the back side of his shoulder. It's a good thing that they do give you this hinge, because otherwise he would have no outward movement next to nothing. So you can get some outward. So he does have a ball joint in the bicep, which is very nice, and the fists can do that weird tilting motion. There's nothing at the waist, just due to transformation, and like the hips are on ball joints as well, so you get really far forward just due to transformation. And back, you don't really get that much due to the backpack here. You do get a thigh swivel. It's one of those cool ones where it's where this piece is molded around the thigh. So I've always appreciated those. You get a nice full knee bend, and then the toes are also articulated. But again, it doesn't. So he has a lot of posability, he just can't be posed because he's so top heavy and back heavy and stuff like that. Real quick, we'll get all the other guys into their robot modes, do some size comparisons. So, 1 second. Some of you may have noticed that Brawl just like jumped from wherever he was to here. It's because he fell over twice while I was transforming the size comparisons here. So, really quick, here we have Blast Off, Swindle, Vortex, and I'm going to set him here, I guess. Onslaught. Just blast off over. So that's the rest of the team. Hang on, I forgot a size comparison here. Okay, there we go. I got my other size comparison all transformed. So we'll just set these guys off various sides. And here he is with Combiner Wars Brawl. Honestly, I like this guy better. If you're one of the people out there asking, which Bruticus should I go for? I feel like the honest answer is Combiner Wars. Combiner Wars nailed the combiners nicely. They like a perfect execution for Hasbro in my book, because they didn't integrate everything. They used these, and that just made it much better. It's much better. So we'll go ahead and put them back into vehicle mode and move them into combine mode. So we just we're going to leave the hands out like this though. So that's one thing that we're going to do, and we're not going to fold these back up. So we are going to fold these pieces back up. That's right, you gotta pull that section back down. That, just kind of leave these down, take the turret down, flip it around, do that. Then there's two tabs on the inside here, and there's two little ports there. Just tab, tab. Now we left the hands out because that creates a little bit of a heel for Bruticus, and that makes it much easier. Now the barrels should have flipped from sideways to forward, so there should be two tabs in there, and when you flip this forward, there's a couple little like slots in there, and then you just kind of tab that together, and then you take this section and you fold this up, and there you go. You have one leg. You have a couple different options here though. Like if you'd like to, you can kind of take the foot section and fold it down. It doesn't really do that much, but it exposes like that kind of detailing, or you can just leave it flipped up like that. It doesn't really necessarily change much about the combination, but I mean, it's just kind of whatever you want to do. Most of the time, I just kind of leave the gun just plugged in there. It kind of helps fill that section out a little bit. And so there's his leg mode. Okay, sorry. Putting this guy in his leg mode, and honestly, see what I mean? Like this just looks much better to me. I know it's going for two different styles, but this just works a lot better. And they're like the same size too. So honestly, if you had to go with one, I choose Combiner Wars, but this is a review for this brawl. So yeah, that's basically it. I will go ahead and put them back in tank mode so I can compare the two, the Combiner Wars and this one, because I forgot to do that in his normal tank mode. So basically we kind of understand how this one works. So just kind of do that, make sure everything's pegged in properly. So that's kind of what you're supposed to do with that. You can just take that off the back and just have a normal tank. But in this form, I still like this one a lot better. The only thing is, I like the ability to do this and like raise the turret instead of just you can raise the gun. You can't turn it though because it's on that hinge to move it around for the various different modes. But I do like how this one sits properly. If you have the combiner port flip all the way up like it's supposed to be. So that's, this one I still find a lot better, but this is not a bad brawl. It's still really good in my book. I still enjoy it as a figure. If you want to go hunt one down, I don't think that they're that expensive right now. Excuse me. Probably your best bet is to go on eBay and find one, but I'm pretty sure you can find other ones. I know there's like a ton of different versions because there's the retail version, then there's like the San Diego Comic-Con version, then there's the Takara version, then there's the Wreckers version. There's just all sorts of different versions of these figures, and this applies for each and every one of them, but except for the Swindle mold, which also has an Iron Fist repaint for the Transformers Collectors Club. So that, yeah, while not the best figure ever, it's not horrible. It's still actually a really good figure. If you're just looking for a deluxe class tank figure, I could recommend much better. But if you're looking for a Bruticus, not a bad option here for just a few dollars. So yeah, this is Autobot Gamer. Don't forget to go check out my other videos, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done that. Turn on the bell icon for notifications whenever I upload a video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.